Resume recording, and we are going to go on Facebook.
Yeah.
Share. Oh, you know what I didn't think of? What the topic. So let me write this out. I thought ahead and I had everything prepared, and then I forgot that. So.
And can you set up like the gallery view? I think you.
It is right now.
Are you gonna do a watch party, Gerard?
I'm sorry?
You can set the watch party up. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah. After this call. And there will be another watch party tomorrow.
Okay. What's tomorrow?
How much today we were talking about how much help the virtual system can
give. Excuse me.
Gerard, I'm just gonna call you the VA guru.
Yeah. And some companies don't want to call it as, virtual assistant. That's their branding.
What?
Some companies here, they don't want to call it as virtual assistant.
Why?
I don't know. That's their branding. I don't know. They want to call it as,
international help.
Let me check into Remote Assistant Scout. We are going live.
Okay, awesome. Ready to go.
So we are
live
on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn.
Really?
No, just kidding. Just Facebook.
Wouldn't that be nice if we could broadcast everywhere? So
yeah, I was watching something. There's definitely some ways to do that, but I haven't finished all my research. But yeah, there is definitely some opportunities to hit everything at once. So that's pretty cool.
Gerard, that's on your to-do list, right?
Yeah.
So, well, welcome you guys. It's been a couple of weeks since I've seen you. Lots of changes and exciting things that we have to share for all of us, I think. I think I mentioned that I had transitioned to a new job, and I'm here live today with my favorite guru of virtual assistants, Gerard, and Richard Smith.
Yay, Gerard is the bomb.
The owner and promoter with Gerard of the Remote Assistant Scout. So we're here today to kind of share with you guys something that you might not have thought about, of what a virtual assistant's role would be when you transition companies. I mean, Richard, we all know it's nothing that's, secret. 50% of all loan officers move companies. 50% of all real estate agents move companies, and they do so frequently. And the hardest part about moving companies is pretty much everything, right? From your branding to your Google, pages, to your Facebook, to just even your email signature line can virtually set you back months, because all of that stuff takes so much time, and it's just a lot of organizational stuff that can't possibly be done when you're transitioning from one company to the next. And as great as most companies are or not, and onboarding, they don't handle this stuff for you, right? And Richard here today, the reason I'm saying we've had lots of awesome changes is Richard's recently transitioned to a new company, and he's going to talk to you about his personal experience and how Gerard's helped him make it as seamless as possible. So thanks, guys.
Yep, that's awesome. And I want to say, if anybody has any questions about Remote Assistant Scout and Gerard's ability to match great virtual assistants with loan officers and realtors, just send us a DM, send me a DM, send Inga, send Gerard, and let us know what questions you have, or if you want a free, very quick consultation and kind of just to answer questions and see what can happen. So, yep, Inga. So we don't always think about that when we make a change. And like you said, I think it's the majority of loan officers, realtors, people make changes. I mean, there's always changes happening. People change companies, and we don't really think about it at the time, all the stuff that needs to be changed, because we have to continue to brand ourselves. We have a lot of busy work, things that have to be done, things that have to be changed from, like you said, email signature line, our Google pages. There's probably, Gerard, what, 100+ business listing websites out there. And those all have to be changed so people know your information. They know where to find you, where to go. Because a lot of times when we make changes, our emails change, phone numbers change, where our physical office location changed. So to answer your question, I honestly don't know how much time it would take me to figure out how to do all of this. And I basically, when I've made my change, I think I thought about it, and the next day everything was done. And I started getting letters in the mail from Google, because they won't just change it. You have to verify addresses, stuff like that. And I went to send an email, and my signature line was already done. And I think Gerard just took care of all of it. So it was easy for me because it all just got taken care of. In the past, years and years ago, I made a change, and I think it took me 6 months, because every time I would turn around, something else would be wrong and I would have to fix it. And who knows how much, money and time I lost by having wrong information out there. So, and there's a lot we don't think about. There's our CRM. There's our email addresses. There's our signature lines with links. Like in the mortgage, we have links to online applications. And if all that stuff goes to wrong places, people move on and you lose business. So what other things, Gerard, am I missing? Because, I mean, you could kind of go down a list of everything that you've done in the past during a change like that.
Yeah, it's actually a lot and a very tedious process for us because, Richard, aside from the social media profiles and, social media pages, so Richard has 4 social media pages, 1 LinkedIn account. So we need to update the changes. And when we talk about changes, it's not just really the company name. Richard changes phone numbers, email addresses, website links, as well as, the physical company address. So we change these items one by one. And aside from your online profiles, we have the business listings, and it's not 100. We set you up, to 50 business listings. And if you haven't heard of it, business listings is like Yelp, Merchant Circle, Foursquare. It puts your business into the map. And it helps your business with, the search engine optimization, because it's more on, the geotagging part of it. So whenever someone searches for you, like, if I'm located in Houston, Texas, and if I'm looking for a mortgage lender, there's a higher percentage that Richard will come up on the first page. So it helps with, with putting yourself out there, since, a lot of home buyers nowadays or consumers are finding services or perhaps finding products online. And with those 50 business listings, we update them one by one, update the company name, the company address, the phone number. So it's very tedious. And aside from that, you can include branding. I mean, Richard is sending out a lot of, reports out there, report for home buyers, realtor packets. So one by one, these branded flyers, brochures are being updated as well, so that, everything coincides. And as well as, updating your logo which is, kind of part of the branding part. And yeah, so I guess, those are the stuff that, we keep on updating for you, and still currently updating, because as what I've mentioned, is very tedious, because there's a lot of verification process going on. Like, for example, if your business is in Google, if you haven't heard of Google My Business, you can search that out and, put your business there right away. And verification takes some time, and it's 5 to 12 days, and, you'll be receiving a postcard for the verification code before, it goes live. So aside from, changing the information, so there's the verification part that we actually, that we took care of for Richard.
So,
yeah.
You know what? Because Gerard, it's funny you say that, because with me, it's all about things happen automatically, and trust me, I don't take that for granted. But, a lot of what Gerard just said, I totally forgot that stuff gets done. I will make a point, though, that the things that you talked about, Gerard, is I talk to a lot of realtors and I talk to a lot of loan officers across the country every week. And I don't think the majority, if not almost all of them, I don't think they take advantage of all of this branding that can be done online, like all those business listings. Because I'll Google a realtor here and there, I'll Google loan officers, and I might find their Facebook page or their website, but
it's outdated.
Yes.
Especially especially in Zillow, on Realtor.com. We keep finding this realtors information on there. We do prospecting, but they have outdated information. If I'm a consumer, if I'm a home buyer and home seller, and if I'll be interested, or I'm interested in working with you, yet your information out there are outdated, and then, like you said, Richard, I'm just gonna move on and find a better realtor.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, in today's day and age, in our digital age, and with 50% of home buyers are millennials, you might have your best friend refer their daughter to you being a realtor or a loan officer. Before they ever call, they're going to Google you, and they're going to see how relevant you are. And if people do not see information, if people do not see everything about you on there, they're going to think you're not busy and you're not good. And so that makes a really good point, because every realtor should have their own Yelp page, their name with their information as a real estate agent. Every realtor should be on yellowpages.com. Every realtor should be on all these 50 business listings, so they pop up, and multiple sites pop up when somebody Googles them, and then that relevance is there. And I don't think everybody does that. And like you said, the few things that are up there are usually outdated. And the other thing that a virtual assistant can really help, especially, both realtors and loan officers, is to make sure that all of these places, all the main places where they are optimized. So like in the Houston area, it's Houston Association of Realtors, and you get your own website. But there's a lot of agents, they don't even have their picture up there, let alone have a really, really good biography, bio.
Mm-hmm.
Optimizing those sites is so important. So when a potential buyer or seller or a potential borrower goes and searches them up, everything's complete. Things are done properly. And the other thing, Gerard and our team has helped really, really well, and we can talk about this too, is setting up all the online reviews and testimonials and things like that. So sending out emails, requesting a 5-star review, and just getting that relevance online where the branding, people look at that and just they're instantly going to think, you know what, this realtor is obviously busy, and you know what, it means this realtor is good. This loan officer has found all these places, they've got to be good, right? And it's all perception out there. I mean, you obviously want to be good, but the perception will show when you're everywhere, you're busy and you're good.
So
yes, and And these are literally, the initial tasks that, that we do for Richard. I mean, we introduce ourselves as well to consumers, or to the past clients, to Richard's realtors. So what we do is, specifically call them, let them know that, Richard has transitioned into a new company. And along with it is, asking for referrals, both for, realtor partners and past clients. And sending them out, information of, the updated contact information for Richard.
Right.
Hey, Gerard, I have a question for you. I'm sure people are going to
Yeah.
be, that are watching this are going to be wondering, well, can't my assistant that's working with me, in-house that I pay, or my loan partner or my inside salesperson handle all this for me? Because, I'm already paying them. And what do you guys think? I mean, obviously, Richard, you have assistants that we work with that are local for you. And also with having these virtual assistants out as your team. But what's the main role of your personal assistants that are in-house? Their job's not going to be, their job is other things, right? They're busy doing other things in this transitionary role, right? There's learning on the new systems. Someone's got to learn that, correct? There's updating or setting up the new CRMs for your new company. There's integration.
Yeah.
There are things that that your personal assistant or your loan partner is going to be doing for you to help you in the transition, that they're not going to get to the other tasks that Gerard, correct?
Yes. I think a lot of, companies, lending companies provide their lenders, maybe a built-in CRM. And this is one of the tedious tasks as well, is, to transfer contacts from one CRM to another, organizing your database again from one CRM to another. So this is where, one of the areas that we assist Richard with, or, a virtual assistant could assist you moving forward.
Right. Yeah, it's amazing how much they can get done, Inga. And to answer your question, there's never enough time to do everything. And then so many things, especially having a good CRM and good follow-up with past clients, with people that know, like, and trust us. That's the kind of stuff that just doesn't happen. I mean, transitions are tough enough going through them because there's so much to do. And so the way I always look at it, and Gerard and I kid around a lot. Like, I'll ask him a question about something, if this got done, or, hey, can you do this? And he'll just answer me SOP. That's the answer I'll get. So I just,
yeah, it's annoying.
I stop thinking about it. So for most of you, everybody knows SOP, standard operating procedure. And so with having virtual assistants, especially the type that Gerard hires, is it just gets done. Like, I don't need to think about it. Now, don't get me wrong.
Automatically.
Yeah. If somebody on here wants to hire a new VA, of course, at the beginning, you're building a relationship and you want to inspect what you expect. But when you put it together correctly and you have the right person, it just gets done. You don't have to worry about it. Like, I don't think with this transition, Gerard, I didn't direct you or tell you or ask you anything. You just knew what to do and how to do it, and it just gets done. And so I think Gerard did this on purpose, but it's like, I'm scared to even ask, hey, did you do this? Because he's going to throw back an SOP at me.
SOP, yeah.
Because it just gets done. I want to interrupt this program for one quick thing, because I want to dispel something, because I hear this all the time, is, yes, I would love to hire a virtual assistant, but I know there's no way I'll get a Gerard. Like, a Gerard is a unicorn, which, trust me, Gerard, you are a unicorn. But I will say, if you take a unicorn and you put that unicorn in charge of finding more unicorns, now everybody can have a unicorn. And that's what I've seen with Gerard and Remote Assistant Scout, is Gerard has built a reputation, and I'm serious. He has built a reputation where the very best of the best virtual assistants in the Philippines, they want to work. They want Gerard to help choose them to work for somebody here, a loan officer realtor, because of his reputation and because how good he is at matching the right ones. So when somebody asks me now and says, hey, I get it, but I'll never get a Gerard, you will, because a unicorn produces more unicorns. So that's really Gerard's strength, is finding the right fit and the right people. But it's not just finding them. Now they're attracted to him. So only the best come. The ones that aren't good, Gerard doesn't talk to. They don't make it through the rigorous, filtering. Like it's just crazy what I've seen over the last, few months and year, is how he attracts only the best. So I don't know if you noticed that, Inga, too.
I absolutely have noticed it, because I see all of the people that are, constantly responding to the ads, to reaching out. I mean, you guys are just attracting so many different qualified and so huge skill sets, like, web development, branding, strategy, customer service, compliance managers. These people have worked for big corporations and they want to work for remote assistant scouts. So I see that. On another note, I was just thinking, because, back on the whole topic of transition. So my entire career in mortgages has been about helping people find a new home, right? And finding a new place to do business. And the number one thing I feel like people are hesitant on making that switch is because they don't have the right help and support to do so. Because they might have done it once in the past and they were completely inundated and it was the most awful experience ever. So, of course, no one's going to want to repeat that experience. Like, once burned, twice shy, correct? So with that said, I feel like if you had a virtual assistant that's working for you, you don't have to be stuck at your current company, right? Like, you don't have to wait till all the wheels on the bus fall off. You can start thinking and planning how you make that transition somewhere better fitted and suited for you. Correct, Richard? Like, if you didn't have Gerard, would you ever consider thinking of making a transition, even knowing that you were, there are better places for you to be?
Yeah, I agree. I think there's a difference, I think, between, there's the fear of making a change because there's so much that has to happen. And so it is very, very tough to do. But when you do have a virtual assistant that is a partner, and that's kind of what we help people with, is a partner, a team. So one of your team members as a virtual assistant, it makes the stress level much lower, because we work together to make the change, and so much of it gets done so I can focus on the actual transition, and for me, closing loans, for a realtor, getting transactions, staying in front of people that know, like, and trust us, and staying out of the busy work that would stop us from growing our business. So yeah, it's a huge difference in whether you're making a transition or whether you're trying to just completely grow your business at a really rapid rate. Hiring a virtual assistant, it doubles me, like completely doubles me on what I can get done in a day, in a week, in a month. So yeah.
So I feel like a lot of people probably watching this are like, well, yeah, great. I just don't have time to train a virtual assistant. That's all fine and dandy, everything that a virtual assistant like Gerard could do. But like, if I just get a virtual assistant, then I'm going to be put out spending time that I don't have already on training somebody, right? Like, and that's definitely a big factor of why people don't hire virtual assistants, or even any assistants, because they don't have the bandwidth or the time to train someone. In-house it's different because someone can shadow you and be, watch what you do and watch your processes. But when you're a virtual assistant, most people feel like they have to, install their skill set on someone that's virtual. And
right.
How do you overcome that? Like, how can you help people understand that training,
So
yeah, these virtual assistants are, give them a task, let them, research it, and they'll figure it out for you, right?
That's what Gerard does with the hiring process. I can guarantee you there is never going to be a virtual assistant that asks their loan officer or realtor, hey, I don't know this CRM. I need you to train me. They're the type of VAs that are attracted to Gerard, and the type of VAs, and if you're going to hire your VA on your own, the type of virtual assistant you need to hire is somebody that has that attitude and has that skill set that they're going to teach themselves. I think I remember years and years ago, I had talked to Gerard and said, hey, do you know how to do this particular CRM? And Gerard instantly, I don't, but I'm going to get on YouTube and I'm going to watch every training video I can, and I'll learn it like it on the back of my hand, and then we'll implement it. And so it's really hiring that attitude over experience, because you can't, there's no, aside from Gerard now, but there's no virtual assistants out there that know everything. But they can self-teach. They will teach themselves. They're not going to. So I will say one thing. I know you want to say something, Gerard, but Inga, when you hire somebody, you do have to build that relationship. In the first couple of weeks, you're going to spend some time giving the proper expectations, but you're not going to be the one training the virtual assistant, because they will have the ability to train themselves unless you hire the wrong person. And that's the biggest mistake people, myself, make, is getting the wrong person, because that will kill you. So that's why that's so important. But yes, they will teach themselves, because again, you as a realtor, you as a loan officer, an insurance agent, you need to do money-making activities. You need to be growing your business, not training somebody. So Gerard, what did you want to say about that?
Yes. Well, anyway, thank you so much for pointing out that, nobody can do everything. And in the virtual assistant industry, that would just really depend as to your options. So if you're looking for a total newbie, of course, you don't expect them to know everything. Or, for example, basing on what Richard talked about on the CRM. But, there's an opportunity for your virtual assistant to grow, an opportunity for you to, create this trust building relationship with your virtual assistant, because you're investing money on this. So why not, invest some, a few times, to work with your virtual assistant. And if you're looking for, a newbie who has potential and the right attitude towards work, and then, training themselves won't be an issue. Like, for example, if you're using a CRM like Salesforce, LionDesk, Mojo, what else? Or all of these premium CRMs there, take advantage. You're paying premium. Take advantage of their support team. Have your virtual assistant coordinate with them and call them. Whether you believe it or not, there was a time before when I was starting out with Richard that I called the mortgage marketing animals. I'm not sure if you guys heard of it, but I've been calling that company for like every day, because I'm not entirely sure as to how to go about some stuff. And I'm going back to the CRM in Jingo. Richard, I think I've been calling them consistently, just to give us the results that we really wanted. And if you're looking for an experienced one, and then you can require some experience. Examples: experience in Vulcan 7, in Redex, in LionDesk, Salesforce, in Jingo. You'd be in touch, and this is something that we can help you out with. Finding the best fit virtual assistants, because you got clients are different, and you have a different level of business needs. We have clients who are really looking for someone who could plug and play, and we have clients who are actually looking for someone who's more on the potential side. So
you made a really, really good point, because I talked to so many realtors and loan officers that have these expensive CRMs that they're just like, I don't have time to learn it. I'm not even doing anything. They're charging me every month, and I'm basically sending an email here and there. Like you said, you've got to take advantage of those great softwares. and have your virtual assistant set it up. Like Gerard said, contact the company because they have people that help, and then get it set up and automated where emails are going out, text messages are going out, videos are going out. Everything is happening the way it should be, but we don't have time to do it, right? Do you agree, Inga?
I completely agree. I know for a fact that I just went through a very in-depth training, and in about half hour I have another training on a CRM system, on a whole new thing. So I know that the biggest opportunity missed today is a loan officer and a real estate agent that doesn't utilize the expensive CRMs and the expensive automated systems that they bought or paid for, that their company has, because they don't know how to set it up. They won't take the time to do the trainings. They won't take the time to even I was just speaking to someone yesterday that runs a company-wide training for all their clients for the particular CRM. She said that like the 100% of the loan officers that, register for like the trainings, 30% show up. They don't do it. So if you had a virtual assistant that showed up for your training, they would do it. They would learn it, because if you think about it, you're there to do business. Your focus is getting loans. It's not setting up an automated CRM to send out weekly text messages, emails, videos. It's to go and get more business. And if you're not doing the part of the follow-up to go get more business, then really your job is futile as well, because you don't have any way to track, to follow up, to call on the people that you are spending so much time getting and fishing for. So really, the way that it all is set up, essentially you need to be two of you, right? Because nobody has that much time. And how do you become two of you besides hiring someone that will do it that will act on your behalf to set up the processes, to automate the automated systems? Yeah, they're automated, but somebody has to set them up, right? Like there's no way that an automated system just, you turn, put your name in, and it's automated by itself. I mean, they make it as easy as possible, the CRMs today, but if you don't have someone manning those CRMs.
Oh yeah.
During transition. Yes.
You're missing a huge opportunity. It doesn't matter how many loans you get or go fish for, or how many, listings that you go look for. If you're not having those in a CRM to follow up with, you're pretty much missing out on half the business that you could be doing.
Yeah.
That's the difference between a good business professional and a great business professional. There's a lot of good business professionals out there. Don't get me wrong, you guys. I mean, I come across, thousands and thousands of people that are just good. They're good at their jobs. They're good, and good enough for them. But there's a handful of great ones like Richard, who really kind of know how to utilize somebody else's skill set to get the results done.
Yep. So if anybody is interested in hearing more about it, and definitely setting up a no obligation call, because we'll literally show you exactly what to do and how to hire somebody. And then there's always options. So just DM me, DM Inga, DM Gerard, and ask any questions below. Like it, share it with your friends. We'll be here for anybody to answer any questions. Do a quick little strategy call. Talk about things that we didn't talk about. I mean, we barely talked about anything today compared to everything that Gerard and virtual assistants can do to help. So yeah, just anything.
Quick question for the audience and to everyone that's watching. For Gerard, do you have a 100-point checklist for people that are thinking about transitioning? Have you put it like when you were doing Richard's transitioning and all that stuff, switching everything over? Were you documenting it, or do you have something that we can share with our audience? If you're thinking about transitioning, you guys, if you're thinking about making a move, contact any one of us.
That's a great question. That's a great.
And we'll help you get the information that you need so that you can make a seamless transition. We can do it over call, we can do it over, email, however makes sense to you. If you're thinking about hiring a virtual assistant, just let us know and give us a call, give us a text message, or, DM us and we'll help you out.
Yep, that's awesome. Well, thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Right?
We'll see you next week.
Gerard's going on a nice vacation, right, Gerard?
Well-deserved vacation, right?
Very well deserved, yeah. All right, Gerard.
Sanity trip. Thank you, guys.
All right, talk to y'all soon.
Next time, right?
Thanks, everybody.
Next time, same channel.
Bye.
We'll talk about more transitioning pieces.
Same time, same channel.
And we'll talk about tools.
Awesome.
Right.
See you guys.
Bye, y'all.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.